Now that we're in the clear here, and the hurricane is literally taking almost the same exact path as Hurricane Katrina to New Orleans, with all of the symbolism of that. Republican president in office at the time, an American city that was drowned underwater, the devastation that was wrought not just in New Orleans, but throughout the Gulf Coast. You have a Republican Party that's gathered here in a convention to sort of cheer on its nominee, former Governor Mitt Romney of Massachusetts, and yet you're going to see also on Tuesday night a split screen, Tampa on one side where there's jubilation and celebration, and rightly so for the party, but on the other side you're going to see people hunkered down in shelters, people in New Orleans who are fearful of what might happen, what could happen, hoping, praying that the levee systems that were revamped and revitalized after Katrina in 2005, that they actually work. And other people up and down the Gulf Coast who are worried, bracing for what Isaac might bring. It will be a jarring contrast for the country to see, but it'll be a jarring contrast for the party and its nominees to figure out, okay, how do we get this right tonally? How do we get this right from a policy prescription? Think about it. Imagine if something were, let's say Isaac were to race ashore in New Orleans or Biloxi or wherever on the Gulf Coast, wreaks all kinds of havoc and devastation. What's Mitt Romney's response to that? I mean, he's not the sitting president, but he is someone who would like to be the sitting president. The campaign that's been one of no specifics and just generalities would have to suddenly get very specific very quickly. And I'm not sure that Mitt Romney is ready for that.
So, but in some ways it could present an opportunity for him, right? I mean, here
Sure.
is a candidate who has had problems in terms of likability, in terms of connecting with people. Perhaps this could be an opening for him to put on his hat from when he was, stake president at this Mormon church. I mean, is that another way of looking at it?
Well, sure, absolutely. I mean, disasters present opportunities for leaders to shine. It also presents an opportunity for leaders to fall flat on their face. We saw it during Hurricane Katrina, where Governor Blanco of Louisiana, a Democratic governor, who opted not to run for re-election because her leadership during that time was seen as lacking. Meanwhile, on the flip side, you look at, say, Governor Haley Barbour in Mississippi at the time of Katrina. He was known to be a leader, but he showed himself to be a leader, proved himself to be a leader at the time during his state's, trying to deal with the impacts there. So certainly there is an opportunity for Governor Romney to step up to the plate and show some leadership. But, putting my opinion writer's hat on, I'm not holding out much hope. And, let's pray that Governor Romney will not be given that opportunity to come up lacking.